Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're unpacking what honestly might just be Google's best-kept secret. I mean, we all know about AI, right? We use it for the basics, asking questions, drafting a quick email, figuring out a schedule. But what if I told you that you've probably been using AI completely wrong this whole time? Seriously, today we're breaking down a literal game changer, a revolutionary tool called Google NotebookLM, which runs on the incredibly advanced Gemini 1.5 Pro engine. We're going to see how it can totally transform the way you learn, code, and yeah, even earn.
So, let me ask you this. Can you download a 100-page document straight into your brain in under 10 minutes? I know. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's giving total Matrix vibes, right? Like downloading martial arts directly into your head? Well, Ashu Sir, a really prominent educator, posed this exact question. And while it might sound like a massive exaggeration, it's actually what the top 1% of students and professionals are literally doing right now. They are definitely not spending 3 days skimming through a dry, boring 100-page PDF or suffering through a tedious 2-hour lecture. Instead, it takes them just 10 seconds. Yep, 10 seconds. That's the actual time it takes for NotebookLM to completely digest massive amounts of data. You drop in a 50-page PDF, a massive Wikipedia link, a huge block of text, or, get this, even a 2-hour YouTube video link, and bam! In 10 seconds, the AI has read it, totally understood it, and memorized the whole shebang. But honestly, reading fast isn't the magic here. It's what it does after those 10 seconds that's going to absolutely blow your mind.
Which brings us to Section 1, Closed Systems, Focused AI Power. To really get why NotebookLM is such a massive game changer, we have to look under the hood at its underlying architecture.
Here's the paradigm shift. Think about when you go to your standard AI chatbot and ask it a question. It immediately scours the entire open internet. Now that sounds great in theory, but as Ashu Sir points out, standard AI often drags back what he perfectly describes as internet garbage. It brings in out-of-syllabus nonsense, or even worse, it completely hallucinates facts. NotebookLM, on the other hand, it operates totally differently. It strictly follows your rules. And that's because it's a closed system AI. Just like the definition says, a closed system AI restricts its entire universe of knowledge to exactly what you feed it, period. If you upload a specific chapter on physics or maybe some official coding documentation, it's going to use only that exact information to answer your questions. It doesn't get confused by random internet forums or outdated blog posts. It stays 100% faithful to your source material.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. Let's move to Section 2, Turning Text into Magic. Once you've got your high-quality closed system data loaded in, how do you actually play with it? Well, welcome to the studio.
Inside the NotebookLM studio, your uploaded documents can be transformed into a whole bunch of incredible formats with literally a single click. We're talking audio overviews, video overviews, highly detailed mind maps that connect complex topics, interactive quizzes, comprehensive flashcards, and even fully formatted slide decks. It's crazy. Let's zoom in a bit on a few of the most mind-blowing features here.
So, picture this. You've got a dense, boring 50-page syllabus to slog through. Instead of reading it, you just hit the audio overview button. Suddenly, NotebookLM converts that whole PDF into a dynamic two-person podcast. It literally creates 2 AI hosts with incredibly natural voices who discuss your notes, ask each other questions, and naturally banter about the core concepts. You can just listen to your textbook like it's a top-tier podcast while you're commuting or eating lunch. And, get this, you can even jump in and ask the virtual hosts a question mid-conversation. How cool is that?
But hey, what if you're a visual learner? NotebookLM has you completely covered with video overviews. The AI takes your dense text and automatically whips up a short, animated sketch presentation. It highlights all the key points with neat visuals and animations. This is absolutely perfect if you just need to quickly grasp a visual concept, prep for a school project, or build out a presentation for your team. You get all that impact without spending hours wrestling with video editing software.
Okay, shifting gears, let's jump to Section 3, Supercharging Students and Developers. Let's look at some heavy-duty use cases and see how professionals can drastically increase their everyday productivity.
For the developers out there, NotebookLM is essentially like having a senior engineer sitting right at your desk with you. You can literally paste in official documentation links, think Flutter.dev or React guidelines, or even upload massive GitHub repositories. Once all that code is in the system, you can just ask it to compare frameworks, explain exactly how to integrate a specific API step by step, or troubleshoot errors based strictly on the official docs.
It completely eliminates the noise of those outdated, confusing forum answers.
Now, the absolute key here is how you talk to the AI. Take a look at this brilliant prompt engineering technique that Ronak used. He simply typed, "Explain this code logic like you are teaching a 5-year-old." He fed the AI this really complex piece of Flutter filtering logic that was used for organizing financial expenditures, and instead of spitting back a dry, ultra-technical breakdown, the AI got really creative.
It spat out this amazing analogy. It told him to imagine a big box filled with receipts for toys and snacks. The code, the AI explained, was simply a magic sorting machine that helped put those receipts into special, smaller folders based on a secret rule, like the date or the category. Actually, scratch that. It's more like instantly turning a messy room into an organized filing cabinet. By breaking down that raw code into this super simple box of receipts analogy, the AI instantly demystified a complex logic block. That alone saves developers potentially hours of mental gymnastics.
And it goes way beyond just understanding code or theory, right? It's all about preparation. With just one click, students or folks on the job hunt can tell the AI to look at their uploaded syllabus or technical docs and automatically generate 60 or more personalized flashcards and custom mock interview questions. It tests your knowledge base strictly on what you actually need to know. It's such a huge confidence builder for exams or those stressful technical interviews, and it does it so efficiently.
Now, what's really interesting about this next slide is how we can take this a step further. Section 4, building a side income. Because, this tool isn't just for studying or coding. Both of our sources highlight an incredible, often completely overlooked opportunity here, turning this AI mastery into a legit, lucrative side hustle. Let's walk through the exact pipeline to become a freelance research assistant. Look, time is the absolute most valuable asset for content creators, teachers, and edtech companies. So, step 1, you reach out and offer to take their massive complex scripts or documents off their hands. Step 2, you feed those into NotebookLM to instantly generate concise slide decks, mind maps, and summary notes. Step 3, you package up these highly valuable assets and sell them on platforms like Fiverr or Upwork. You're essentially doing hours of grueling manual synthesis work in just a few minutes, and you're getting paid for the immense value you're providing. It's brilliant.
All right, let's bring it back down to earth for a second. Section 5, the golden rule and AI's biggest limit. Let's see how all this amazing capability builds up to a very crucial reality check.
Garbage in, garbage out. That's Ronak's golden rule, and it's absolutely vital. Because NotebookLM is a closed system, it is fundamentally restricted by the quality of the documents you provided. If you upload messy, inaccurate, or just terribly formatted notes, well, the beautiful podcasts and slide decks it generates are simply going to be highly polished versions of that exact same bad information.
So the big takeaway here is this: the AI provides the speed, but you provide the foundation. You are still the master of this whole process. It is entirely your responsibility to supply high-quality, furnished content, and you've always got to double-check those results. The human element isn't being replaced here, it's just being elevated. You're moving from doing the tedious, heavy reading to acting as the final, high-level quality control editor. Which brings us to our final thought. The technology to learn faster, code better, and even build totally new income streams is sitting right in front of you, and it's completely free. Google's NotebookLM is ready to do all the heavy lifting. So the only real question left is, are you going to keep relying on standard, messy internet searches, or are you ready to finally build your own personalized knowledge engine? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go give this superpowered assistant a try today.